There is a quiet habit many people carry into later life without questioning it, and it often hides in something as ordinary as a warm drink. Something as simple as how cloves are prepared can shape not only the experience of the drink, but also the way people believe they are benefiting from it. And here is where the mistake begins. It is not about cloves themselves. Cloves have been part of kitchens and traditional practices for generations, valued for their strong aroma and comforting warmth. The real issue is not the spice, but the way it is prepared, especially when people choose between steeping it in tea or simply soaking it in plain hot water. At first glance, the difference seems small, almost irrelevant. After all, hot water is hot water, and tea is tea. But in practice, this simple choice changes everything about how the flavor develops, how the aroma is released, and how the experience feels in the body and mind. And for many people in later life, this small misunderstanding becomes a routine they repeat every day without realizing they may be missing the full depth of what they are preparing. The truth is, cloves are not meant to be rushed. When placed in plain hot water, cloves release their character slowly and in a limited way. The result is often a thin, sharp infusion that carries only part of the spice's natural richness. Some people assume this is the cleanest way to use cloves, believing that simplicity equals effectiveness. But simplicity does not always mean completeness. On the other hand, when cloves are introduced into a proper tea base, something changes. The warmth of the tea, along with its natural compounds, helps draw out the deeper notes of the spice. The aroma becomes rounder, the taste becomes fuller, the experience becomes more layered, almost like the difference between hearing a single instrument and listening to a full melody. Yet many individuals in later years continue to rely on plain hot water, not because it is better, but because it feels familiar, easy, and uncomplicated. And that is where the mistake quietly settles in. There is also a psychological comfort in sticking to what feels light or simple, especially when health becomes a more frequent concern in daily choices. Some people assume that adding tea makes the drink heavier or less natural, when in reality the combination is often what allows the cloves to express themselves more gently and completely. But this story is not only about flavor, it is also about perception. Because when something as small as a daily drink becomes part of a routine, it starts to carry meaning beyond taste. It becomes a moment of calm, a pause in the day, a personal ritual. And when that ritual is based on an incomplete preparation, the experience never quite reaches its potential. There is a moment in every routine like this where curiosity begins to whisper, a moment when someone wonders why their drink feels different from what they expected, why the aroma fades too quickly, why the warmth feels flat instead of comforting. And often, the answer is not in the clove itself, but in the method. Now, here is where things become more interesting. Many traditional approaches to spice preparation were not built on speed. They were built on patience. Time was an ingredient just as important as the spice itself. When cloves were used in slower preparations, often alongside other ingredients, the result was a gradual release that felt balanced and intentional. But modern habits tend to move away from that patience. Hot water becomes a shortcut, a quick infusion replaces a thoughtful brew, and over time, the difference becomes normalized, even if something essential is lost along the way. Still, it would be wrong to suggest that one method is absolutely right and the other is entirely wrong. The reality is more subtle. Plain hot water extraction gives a sharper, more direct impression of cloves. Tea-based preparation softens and expands that impression. Each has its place depending on what someone is looking for in the moment. But the mistake happens when one is chosen out of assumption rather than understanding. Especially in later life, where daily habits become deeply rooted, it is easy to repeat a method simply because it has always been done that way. There is comfort in repetition. There is familiarity in ritual. But sometimes familiarity quietly hides inefficiency. And this is where a small shift in awareness can change the entire experience. Imagine preparing cloves not as an afterthought, but as the central character of the drink. Imagine allowing them to unfold slowly, supported by a base that helps carry their natural depth instead of limiting it. The difference is not dramatic in appearance, but it is noticeable in feeling. There is a warmth that lingers a little longer, an aroma that feels fuller without being overwhelming, a sense that the drink has more presence, more intention, more character. And for many people, especially those who value calm moments in their day, that difference matters more than they initially realize. Now consider this. If a small adjustment in preparation can change the entire experience of something so simple, how many other daily habits are shaped by similar assumptions? How many routines are followed not because they are optimal, but because they are familiar? This is where the topic becomes less about cloves and more about awareness. The mistake is not ignorance, it is comfort. It is the natural tendency to settle into what feels easy and proven, even when small improvements are available just beneath the surface. And cloves, in this sense, become a reminder that even the simplest ingredients deserve attention. We live in a time where speed has become a habit, where convenience has replaced care, and where the act of preparing something, truly preparing it, has slowly faded into the background of busier, louder days. But ingredients do not forget patience. They respond to it. Think about the way a single spice can fill an entire room with warmth when given the right conditions. Not because it is rare, not because it is expensive, but because something in the preparation unlocked what was always there, waiting quietly beneath the surface. That is the truth most people overlook. The way something is prepared can matter just as much as the ingredient itself. Perhaps even more, because an ingredient without attention is like a story told too quickly. The words are all there, but the meaning slips away before it can be felt. This is not just about spices or drinks or kitchen habits. It is about something deeper. It is about the relationship between effort and experience. When care is placed into small things, those small things begin to carry weight. A morning drink becomes a moment of stillness. A familiar scent becomes a thread of memory. A simple routine becomes something worth returning to, not out of obligation, but out of genuine appreciation. And that shift, that quiet movement from automatic to intentional, changes everything. Because when you begin to notice the difference that attention makes in something as simple as a warm drink, you start to notice it elsewhere too. In the way a meal is prepared, in the way a conversation is held, in the way a moment, ordinary on the surface, becomes memorable simply because someone chose to be present within it. Small changes in routine can quietly transform ordinary moments into something more meaningful, not through grand gestures, not through dramatic reinvention, but through the kind of steady, gentle awareness that asks one simple question before moving forward. As this reflection settles, there is one final thought worth holding on to. Sometimes the most important improvements in life are not dramatic changes. We are drawn to big moments, to turning points, to the kind of change that arrives with noise and announcement, and a clear before and after. But real transformation rarely works that way. It moves quietly, it settles slowly, and it often begins in places so small that most people walk right past them without a second glance. A different method. When something is done more slowly, it reveals itself. The details that were invisible at full speed become clear. The steps that were skipped out of habit become obvious. And the result, often without any other change, becomes noticeably different. Fuller, richer, more complete. Because most meaningful change does not arrive that way. It arrives in the careful, deliberate choice to do one small thing differently. A choice so modest it barely feels like a choice at all. A slight shift in timing, a small change in sequence, a moment of hesitation where there was once only automatic motion. These are not the things people write about or celebrate, but they are often the things that quietly reshape everything. To pause before repeating. This is harder than it sounds. Repetition is comfortable. It requires no thought, no decision, no energy. The body moves through familiar routines the way water moves through an established channel. Effortlessly, automatically, without question. And that ease is precisely what makes repetition so difficult to interrupt. Is this still working the way I think it is? To question what has never been questioned. Most habits were formed for a reason. They made sense at some point in some context under some set of circumstances that may no longer exist, but habits do not update themselves. They continue long after the original reason has faded. They carry forward not because they are still the best option, but simply because no one stopped to reconsider them. And that is where the real opportunity quietly lives. To ask whether the familiar way is truly the best way, or simply the most comfortable one. Comfort and quality are not the same thing. Familiarity and effectiveness are not the same thing. A method can feel completely right simply because it has been repeated long enough to feel natural, but feeling natural is not the same as being optimal. The most important question is rarely dramatic. It is quiet. It is patient. And it begins with nothing more than a willingness to look again at something that seemed too settled to deserve a second glance. That willingness is where everything starts to shift. A more mindful choice in something that seemed too small to question. That single shift in awareness can open doors that years of larger efforts never could. Because it is not always the size of the change that determines its impact. Sometimes it is simply the intention behind it. And when it comes to cloves, whether in tea or in hot water, the real value is not just in what you choose, but in understanding why you choose it. Because once awareness enters the routine, even the simplest drink stops being just a habit. It becomes a moment of intention. If this perspective gave you something to think about, take a moment to like the video, subscribe for more thoughtful reflections like this, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your experiences and insights help keep this conversation alive, and there is always more to explore together.